Greetings, gaming citizens. Mike here. I'm being a little bit quiet right now because it is about 10:30 p.m. my time. So my family is sleeping, but I wanted to record just a little bit of an intro to this PAX video. So I'm recording this on Tuesday the 6th. So this is technically day -1. I just want to say that this is probably the most interesting PAX East yet because of just all the people I've been talking to that are going, that I plan to meet up with in person, people that I talk to online, and also just, this is my first time working at a booth, so I kind of get an experience unlike what most people are used to with PAX. I get to see the expo hall as it's being constructed, as opposed to walking in when everything is ready, so I don't think I'll be able to show anything there. They are very strict about that kind of thing. They make sure that your phone is never in your hand when you're in there, based on the sources that I have. So you're probably not going to get any expo hall building footage, but I'm definitely going to try to get some, share some, behind the scenes stories if anything happens. But yeah, this is just very exciting. Just like every other year when I do a PAX East video, this is going to be just a bunch of different video clips that I take throughout the weekend. If there are some cool pictures, I meet someone, I'll have a voiceover over it. And if you happen to see me at PAX East, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, enjoy the crazy shit that was this weekend, because I had a lot on my plate for this one. I had demo appointments. You know what? You're going to watch the rest of the video, hopefully. So, there you go. Okay, I wanted to wait until I kind of got my affairs figured out. Just kind of where the hell I am before I start filming. But, yeah, I just went to Dunks. You know, it's typical for those who have never been to a PAX East. It is common for New Englanders to refer to Dunkin' Donuts as Dunks. Don't ask me who came up with it. We've all been radicalized by Tom Brady, so yeah. Yeah, I just picked up some coffee, because if I don't get my caffeine, people die. So I'm on my way to the Aloft Hotel. That's the one that's connected to the convention center. So I'm gonna sit there until the people I'm working with get here, because their flight got delayed. Because apparently in Newark, their systems went down for 90 seconds. The power went out. So the entire, everyone's flights are getting canceled everywhere because nobody knew where the planes were for a minute, 30 seconds. Where the hell am I? I'm going this way. So, can you tell I haven't walked this way in a while? But, yeah. We're, just walking to the hotel. I'm gonna do some, who am I kidding? I'm loitering in the lobby, because I was supposed to be here for 1 p.m. That's when my shift starts, but flight got delayed for the people I'm working with, so I'm here until 2. I'm gonna pick up my exhibitor badge. Probably just gonna sit around. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna play Pokemon Go. I don't really come to the city very often. Very few chances to play Pokemon Go, so gotta get on the go grind, baby. See you later. There it is. Overlooking, right next to a nice bridge. Not over a body of water, but it is beautiful today. It was supposed to be raining, but it's gorgeous today. Okay, is it just me, or does PAX East look kind of dead this year? Don't think about the fact that it's Wednesday when I'm recording this. Okay, so I'm just cutting in real quick. So I didn't end up going to the hotel because I only had about 45 minutes until, I just realized right now as I'm recording this, I don't have 45 minutes. I have an hour and 45 minutes until, I'm supposed to be helping with the booth. So I'm going to be chilling here for a while. I'm going to network with people as they're coming in and out of the building. I can't show you anything. They are very strict about that. No pictures, no nothing. What I will say is that seeing a convention as it's being built, like this is the day before, so they're still setting everything up. It's like, you know, when you make a game and there's like a secret beta stage where all the assets are just in one place? This kind of feels like that, where it's just like you just have a base plate with all like the game's assets in a room. That's the best way I can describe it. Not going to show you anything. Very not allowed to. I'm looking around to make sure that I'm not like doing anything suspicious. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing this. I won't be able to have any behind the scenes content, unfortunately, that would get me kicked out for life. Not trying to have that happen. But yeah, I guess I'll see you after I leave the exhibit hall. Maybe we'll see what happens then. But beautiful day out here. Wonderful. I love it here.
So, obviously, I couldn't really show what the inside of the expo hall looked like during the setup because the risk of posting information before PAX started was a thing. But booth setup was relatively fun. It was just interesting to see, like, the lengths that these companies go through to create just a massive spectacle at their booth. Like, for the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy booth, that was like I want to say like a 50 by 50 booth or something. Like, it was massive. And there were just giant wooden crates everywhere with like Final Fantasy on the side of it. So it was like cool to see like all the building supplies coming in. It was definitely a very unreal experience. But after I did all that booth setup and kind of got to know the people that I'd be working with and kind of the routine I would be having for showing off shapes too, I got dinner with some friends from Discord. So I'm in a Discord server called the Games Industry Coffee Chat, where I've been learning a lot about just how the game industry works from veterans who work in games. So I met up with a few of them in Boston, and we ended up at a fantastic noodle place called Yume ga Arukara, and it was the best noodles I have ever had, and it's not even close. If you're ever in the Boston area, like Seaport, highly recommend checking that out. But it was great to, just meet some people that work in games, but we're also just, it was also just nice to catch up with people that I've only known online for, I want to say, more than half a year at this point. It was a great experience. So if you happen to be watching this video and you were there, shout outs to you. I don't want to like call out names in case they don't want to be called out, but you know who you are. After getting food with those friends, we actually decided to take the party somewhere else. We went to a pub, I think it's a pub. But we went to this place where a Boston game dev meetup was happening. So people local to the Boston area were all meeting up in just a little bar, and just kind of getting to know each other. And I met up with someone. I was introduced to someone who previously worked at Sega. So it was cool to like talk to somebody who's been making games longer than I've been alive, and just getting to know him. And I happened to mention my YouTube channel, like it just kind of came up, and he found it impressive that I knew what SegaNet was, and that I knew what the Atari was, and the if you saw my like subscription services video from like a year or two back, that's the video I told him about where I like researched all of that. He was genuinely surprised that I knew about like that history of games. But yeah, it was a great experience. And next thing I know, he's telling other people in the bar about my YouTube channel. And it's just that kind of organic growth is something I live for. It was such a great experience. I loved it.
All right. 1 hour drive later, I tell you, it's Boston sucks to drive in. I'm not the first person in the world to be saying that, but holy crap. When I checked the directions to get to the parking lot where I'm at on my phone before I left my house, 45 minutes. I go grab a coffee, suddenly it's like an hour and 10. So that's the biz we call show. So I'm here like really early, so it's like
just past 7 a.m. I don't have to be in the expo hall until about 8:45, so I'm just gonna go to the hotel and loiter. Because, like, what else am I supposed to do, right? I don't really got much going on. I'm, like, surprisingly awake, despite everywhere I was yesterday. I'm gonna cut the video here, because I need to make sure I'm walking in the right damn direction. There it is. All of its glory. I don't mean to alarm anyone. I just saw Ben Starr walk out of the hotel. You know, like Final Fantasy 16 Clyde? Like, yeah, that Ben Starr? Yeah, he was just here. I didn't have the heart to, like, stop him because he clearly was, like, going somewhere, but, like, I really just saw f***ing Clive Final Fantasy 16 walk right past me. What a time to be alive today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the PAX experience. Like, if you just chill in the Westin lobby, life hack, maybe don't do this, because if everyone does it, then nobody will be able to do it. But the Westin, a lot of people like to hang out here. A lot of names you might recognize. Sometimes you'll just see Ben Starr walk through a hotel lobby like it's a Tuesday. This is gonna be a good day. Okay, well, after loitering for like an hour, other than seeing Ben Starr walk past me, nothing really happened. Just kind of a bunch of people with PAX badges walking around and getting ready. I don't know, everyone's just kind of waking up. So not really much activity going on, but I'm headed to the expo hall. Time to get this show on the road. It is party time. Except it's not a party and I'm just showing off a game. But you know what? You know, life's a party. F*** it, we ball. So, in case there was any doubt, we're here. We made it. People are yelling and it's exciting. This is like the one building where people could just start yelling and it won't feel out of place. Yeah. I don't have anything to say. I'm just kind of awkwardly filming in the middle of the lobby like a try-hard YouTuber. Yeah. Got a demo appointment at 11:30 for Swap Meet. So I'm going to try and get some footage of it. I wish I had a laptop, because then I would have captured my footage. So you're just going to get phone footage where like the phone is pointed at the screen. Not ideal, but we'll make it work somehow. Otherwise, just going to be a lot of showing off shapes too. I can actually say that now. Yeah, I'm excited to show this game to people. I had a lot of fun playtesting it to get an idea of how the game worked. But yeah, this is the first time I'm doing this for like as an exhibitor, so like it's still surreal. It hasn't even hit me yet. So I gotta get going, but I will see you when I see you. Sorry. You know, this doesn't hit the same as when there's like tens of thousands of people, but trust me, this will be way cooler later on.
Hi, this is Editor Mike here. I wanted to go on record and confess that I did not get any footage of the crowded expo hall at PAX, as I sounded like I implied I did in the last clip. I can't begin to apologize for how I've misled my audience. I will be putting out a half-hour-long apology video to hopefully make up for the abandonment of the interest of my audience, and I can't begin to apologize for how I have treated my viewers by not getting this footage, and I will be working to make myself a better human being in the process.
Thursday, first day. It was the first day of really getting into the swing of things and just finding my footing with working at a booth. It was a great experience. I eventually had a script in my head of how to explain the game to people who have either played games like Factorio or Satisfactory and were able to kind of have that transferable like game sense, or people that just weren't familiar with that type of game at all, which is more the camp that I was a part of. So it was really fun to just show people the game, and I didn't realize how nice people were to indie devs in person until people started like telling me thanks for making the game, when I had to be like, whoa, appreciate it, but I didn't work on it. I'm just like showing it off. But I also had a demo appointment, so I think no, it wasn't. It's not the first time that I got to check out a game at PAX as a creator, but it's the first time that I got to set up an appointment and play a demo. So I got to check out the demo for Swap Meet. So this is a co-op roguelite, and it's definitely interesting. So the core gameplay loop is you're in this kind of open area, and you have several objectives that you have to complete as you travel around. You just have to kill enemies, but when you do kill enemies, body parts drop on the map, and you have to collect them, and once you equip those parts on your body, you get different abilities and different kinds of weapons, and there's just a lot of customizability. So there's headgear, torso, and like legs that could all be switched in and out, and it can give you different elemental abilities, different abilities about like maybe a faster fire rate, or like elemental damage, like burn damage for fire attacks. It was a really cool experience, even though I didn't technically beat it. I didn't beat the demo. I died because I'm not the best at roguelites. I see a lot of replayability in this, and I think it's just one of those unapologetically goofy experiences, and I would absolutely pick this game up. So if you're into roguelites and maybe you want to try this out with a friend or two, highly recommend giving it a shot. There was currently, I think as of the recording of this, there was like a beta test or something, but the game is coming out pretty soon. Editor, if you could put on screen if there's a release date. I don't quite remember off the top of my head what that is. But Swap Meet, fantastic game. Thank you so much to the folks at 1PR Studio for setting up a demo appointment to let me check this game out. It was a great time.
All right, just got done trying out Swap Meet. Really cool multiplayer roguelike. I'll have some like B-roll footage, but like this game, this is fantastic. It's so much fun. Like the humor is just, it's superb. I love it. If you love roguelikes, or if you just love going absolutely crazy and like, you know, customizing different parts of your body, super fun experience. Highly recommend it. All right. Sorry if it seemed like I was kind of out of it that whole time. That demo for Swap Meet it genuinely was a lot of fun. It was just a little awkward because I had like a flexible tripod like attached to my body. I put it on like the strap of my backpack, and it looks really goofy, so my posture was a little weird. But otherwise, I just had a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. So now I'm gonna grab some lunch and then back to the booth.
Friday came around, and I didn't quite have an appointment for it, but because I was there early, I actually got to check out Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. So I couldn't quite get a demo appointment in time for PAX, but I showed up early. They just happened to be setting up, and they're just like, hey, you want to give the game a try? And I said, sure. So Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is a game that looked kind of interesting to me. So I've never played a Story of Seasons game. Usually I'm not the kind of guy to play farming sims, but I got to play a little bit of the game to get an idea for the general farming controls and just kind of the general vibe of the game. And from like the 15 or so minutes that I got to play of it, even though I didn't get a lot out of it, I still think that it was very good. I think the characters are very expressive, and the side quests that you do to build up the bazaar, and you're building up like a bazaar, but also you're cultivating your own farm, and both of those kind of connect to each other to help characters like expand their storefronts. Like you're kind of building up a community, kind of like I guess the best comparison I can think of is like Stardew Valley, where you kind of rebuild the community center. You're kind of building a community bazaar from the ground up. And I think that gameplay loop is very interesting to me. So I definitely want to give this more of a try if I ever get the chance. So, Marvelous or Xseed, if you happen to be watching this video, I enjoyed this game. Would very much like to give it a longer try at some point. So, hit my line.
Day 2. Shapes 2. It's the day of 2s. We already got someone showing up at the booth like 5 minutes after the expo hall like opened to people, so like it's gonna be a good day.
Not really much happened for the rest of Friday. It was just a lot of standing at the booth. I met like a handful of people, but the major stuff happened on Friday night. So there was a party happening at a bar attached to the Westin Hotel. So the Westin is directly next door to the convention center. It was a content creator and media party. They had like a happy hour from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then from the rest, people with other badges could get in. I somehow managed to sneak in. I guess they didn't check badges or anything because, yeah, I just kind of showed up. Like, one of my friends was just like, hey, I dare you to try and get into that creator party. So I'm like, all right, I'm probably going to get kicked out. No, they just let me in. They didn't even check because I had an exhibitor badge. It's just like, I had no idea what the hell was going on. Next thing I knew, I walk out with a fucking Corsair headset. Like, because I bowled a strike in Switch Sports Bowling, and there was like a table of Corsair prizes, and I just picked up a headset. In hindsight, I wish I picked up like a mouse, because I've been kind of wanting to replace my 602 for a while, but I got a free headset. Like, that's awesome. So, that was a really cool experience. I also happened to meet S-Fan, so for those who don't know, he's a variety and IRL streamer. He's part of OTK, and usually I'm not really a fan of OTK, because there's a few problematic members that represent the organization, but S-Fan is one of the good ones. S-Fan is just a genuinely wholesome guy. He's just really chill, and it was great to chat with him, even if I happened to be on his live stream for like 10 seconds, and I felt like the whole world was watching me, because knowing that like thousands of people can see your face, it doesn't really help with the social awkwardness. So if you saw me on S-Fan's stream and you thought, oh, this guy's kind of awkward, well, I was. I'm not quite used to that kind of environment compared to how he is. But it was cool to meet him. Really nice guy.
Mind me. That's S-Fan. I'm not freaking out. You're freaking out. I don't have imposter syndrome. Creators everywhere. This is great.
I get those goosebumps every. Those goosebumps every.
Okay, so, update. I'm losing my f***ing voice. I don't know how the f*** I got into that content creator party. I wasn't, like, this is not a creator badge. They said media and creators only. So like 1 minute, I'm looking at the sign saying what, is going on. The next minute, I'm hanging out with S-Fan, and I'm like surrounded by content creators. And then I played Nintendo Switch Sports Bowling and somehow won a Corsair headset. I have no idea what the hell is even going on right now. My voice is dead. This is gonna suck tomorrow because I literally have to show off a game for 2 more days, and I can barely talk. PAX is a whirlwind, you guys. So, I guess I did what I said I was gonna do. I ended up being more confident about myself. Ended up talking to like 1 or 2 creators at the creator party. Started my channel, so I guess he's gonna promote me on Instagram. He was telling me about like Balance Patch, the esports, like a local esports arena in Boston. So it was cool that like, in a way, they kind of fought off my imposter syndrome. Because I'm just standing there. I have 250 subscribers. And I'm in here with God knows how many creators, with thousands of subscribers each. And yet, people are still talking to me. I'm part of the crowd. It felt good. Good time. It's just crazy that like, 1 minute I'm just walking into the Westin looking for industry people. The next minute I'm in a content creator party and I have a headset in my backpack. What a time to be alive. So I think I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit, start my drive home, but that has been my day 2 of PAX. I am scared to wonder where this goes next. So, I guess we'll find out.
I don't have footage of this, but also Friday night, after the whole creator party, I kind of had an epiphany. So I don't think I have like much of a video of this, but I realized halfway through PAX, I wasn't confident in myself. Okay, so for context, I came here as mostly a networking opportunity. I've been trying to get a job in games for a bit over a year, about closer to a year and a half at this point. And PAX East is kind of like my big moment for that, where a lot of industry people just happen to be in Boston. And I'm a native to Massachusetts, so like it's kind of my only chance to really network with people. And I felt like Thursday, Friday, I struggled a bit. The creator party, I didn't really talk to many people. I was just kind of awkward because I technically wasn't supposed to be there. But I kind of had the epiphany that like I didn't need to prove anything. And if you're struggling to get into games, like you're entry level like me, consider what I'm about to tell you. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. I had to tell myself that I didn't need to try and punch up, so to speak. I needed to remind myself that I knew what I was about and I knew what I was capable of. And I just needed to let other people know, hey, I'm here. This is what I do. I want to help you. I want to work for people and make the gaming industry better. So I kind of had that, just kind of the gears turning that Friday night after the creator party, because I felt like I hadn't really gotten anywhere. Aside from Wednesday, after meeting with that guy from Sega, he gave me a name for someone at Devolver. Otherwise, I just felt a bit of imposter syndrome. And I feel like as an entry level, like it's easy to kind of fall down the rabbit hole of I don't really have too much experience. Like I'm not worth it to these people. If you're entry level, just remind yourself you have skills. And if you feel like you don't, use that energy to develop those skills for yourself. I've been making videos on YouTube for 7 years. And I've only kind of really taken it seriously the past like 3 or 4. But still, I have several years worth of video making experience. I've worked in collegiate esports. Like, all this is to say, I shouldn't have to back myself into a corner. I needed to be more confident and tell people, instead of going, oh, well, I do this thing on the side. I had to just be like, I do this stuff, and I love doing it, and I want to do it professionally. So I know this comes off as a bit preachy. I don't mean to come off that way. This is kind of the just kind of the flip in my brain that I felt after that creator party. And if you're struggling in trying to get into an entry level in the games industry, you're not the only one. I mean, I alone have dealt with that. I'm living proof that it's a matter of mindset. Maybe it'll take more time with applying to jobs, but you can do it. We all can. But going through PAX, once I shifted my mindset, things ended up getting a lot better.
Day 3. Dude, last night was a whirlwind. I've had time to process all of that. My God. I don't know how I managed to get to that content creator party, but I'm so glad I did. That's an airplane. But yeah, running into S-Fan from OTK was crazy. Like, I don't even watch OTK streamers. I don't really watch streamers in general, but I like S-Fan's vibe. Just kind of the positive guy that he is. So that's why I decided to, strike up a conversation with the guy. Super nice. Great guy. But yeah, I'm totally wiped, dude. And today's gonna be the busiest day. This is the day where literally everyone shows up. It's Saturday. No one has work. So I'm gonna be showing off Shapes 2 to like at least, God, probably like 500 people. That's my estimate. But yeah, this has been an unreal experience. This is amazing. I love PAX East, man.
So here's the funny thing about Saturday. I have no footage, which is kind of a problem that I have with this entire video. I am not good at recording things that happen or taking pictures. It just really isn't in my blood to do that, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just genuinely don't really remember to take pictures. But anyway, yeah.
It's like a half hour after PAX, and people are just playing their own games in the expo hall.
If you can ever be an exhibitor, go for it. This is fun. Being able to see the expo hall when it's empty, it's an out-of-body experience. It's such a good, like, cozy vibe. Like, it's only people with booths. Can't get enough of it. It's awesome around here. Best part about being an exhibitor, get to check out all the retro game booths before everybody else gets to look at them. So I can literally just stare at games as long as I want. This is awesome. I love this. My wallet hates this, but I personally love it. So, another little life hack. Being an exhibitor, I get first dibs on the merch. They were doing like a cool like TJ Packs, so it's like a parody of TJ Maxx. But you get, you can buy like merch from previous years at like a really discounted rate. So I literally got 2 hoodies and a t-shirt for $40. It's incredible. I love it. Really hope they bring this back. I don't know if they've been doing it, but if this is their first time, really hope it's not their last. Back to the booth. These kinds of moments are always difficult for me. I'm a very sentimental person. PAX East just means a lot to me. So it's sad that it's over, but I'm glad that it happened. It just doesn't even feel real. Look at that. Unreal. Well, I just got done with dinner. The people that I worked with at the booth this year. PAX is over. It's unreal. This year was absolutely unreal. I did things I didn't think I would ever be able to do. I never thought I'd be able to experience what it's like to be an exhibitor. I got into a content creator party, and I met a lot of influential people. And I feel, I mean, obviously, I've got the con crash or post convention depression, but I also have an energy to keep doing what I'm doing. I think the past 4 days has given me a lot of time to reflect on how I feel about myself. And I don't know how to describe the kind of mindset that I have right now. It's a bit of melancholy, bittersweet, with a touch of optimism. I feel like my future is looking a bit bright. And I think I need this convention to remind me of that.
Throughout Saturday and Sunday, I just met a lot more people in games. I probably shouldn't mention like where these people work. So I won't mention most of them. What I will mention is I went to a video game trivia panel hosted by Jacob McCourt. Fantastic experience. I wish I got footage of that whole thing because it was great. I'll have like a link in the top right corner of the screen if he already uploaded the video of it. But it was so much fun. And I got to talk to so many people that work in games after. Like, I got to catch up with Jenny, like Kimchika25 is her handle. She does stuff with Wholesome Games. Like, I got to catch up with her. She's awesome. She's doing cool stuff. And then I also got to catch up with the guys from 6-1 Indie. Well, not catch up. I got to meet them. It was the first time meeting them. And I got to tell them, like, I love what you're doing for indie games. Just kind of the Indie Game Showcase, the Indie Game Awards. I love it. And it was just a great time. And I think it was because of that mindset shift that I was able to confidently go out there and just say, hey, I love what you do. I also do cool stuff. You know, fist bump. Like, that's more or less how it went. And that's kind of just how my PAX East was. PAX East is a very special event to me. Again, only real gaming networking event that I have. So I feel like compared to other years, I use this to the best of my ability. Even if I was running on like 5 hours of sleep every day for like 5 days, it was unreal. I know I said that a lot. I know I said the word unreal a lot, but truthfully, it was. It was an experience that I will never forget. And I really hope I can bring this kind of excitement to other gaming conventions in the future, but gotta wait until I get full-time work, because this isn't exactly paying the bills. Not like I need it to, but yeah, times are tough. But most importantly, I met up with some of you, the people watching this video. If you are familiar with the PAX subreddit, you might know that there is a swag map and a swag list that goes up every PAX. I create that, for those who don't know. I had several people come up to me who recognized me from that work, and people who genuinely gave me hugs for making that. And I want to say thank you to anyone that came up to me and like recognized me from that work. I appreciate that. That was probably one of the biggest highlights of my PAX. Like, knowing that just this little project that I like to do leading up to PAX, that people love using it and that they thanked me for it. It meant so much to me. So thank you. I'll make sure to keep stepping up my game with the PAX swag maps in the future. But that's been my PAX. A lot of networking, but a hell of a lot of fun. First time as an exhibitor, incredible experience. I got to also just try games. I got to talk to people working booths. Like, if you ever get the chance to be an exhibitor, I recommend it. I really think it is a rewarding experience. Like, yeah, you don't get to really roam the expo hall like you usually would, and yeah, you can't really go to panels during expo hall hours, but I wasn't really bothered by that. Because I got to talk to so many people just walking past the booth that it's almost like it didn't even matter. So there's a recommendation for anyone just looking to kind of switch up their PAX experience. If you're like me, you've been attending PAX as just a regular attendee for a few years, this is a nice way to shake things up. So thank you for watching. To anyone that said hi to me from PAX, thank you so much. You really made my PAX special. And I'm really hoping to bring this energy to conventions in the future, whenever that may be. But for now, that's going to be it for me. Stay vibing and thriving, everyone. I will see you in the next one.